My name's Sarah Lee and I'm a Parent Participation Advisor for Contact Family, and I live in Berwick-upon-Tweed, and it's been really important for me to come to this conference today and to find out how the local authority are going to be listening to families with special educational needs and disabilities. And I'm hoping that not only will you be listening to families, but that you're actually going to sit down and work in co-production and partnership with families to help design services for the future, so that it's not just about taking issues and comments from a conference or an event in the future, but that you're actually working with families at a strategic level, so that you're truly listening and truly involving parents in the design and commissioning of services and evaluating services for the future, to have that real spirit of partnership. And today I've also learned about person-centred planning and the importance of listening to the child and young person and the family, and listening to what parents were saying about, they want an opportunity as well to talk about the needs and challenges that they're facing, and that's also taken into account when putting the education healthcare plans together. So it's been a really great conference, and I hope that In It Together have more events like this and are working directly in partnership with the key decision makers in the local authority. Thank you.
Yes, I'm a mum of 4. Also do a lot of helping other families with additional needs. I've come to do it to get more information as my child's starting to be 13 and they're starting to look into transition and adulthood and all that kind of thing. I think I would change carers allowance. I don't think it's recognised enough, and just how much you get and what you actually do for that, how much you get. If you in a normal job, you wouldn't be paid that less to do what you do.
It's only paid for one child.
It is, and I've got 4, so only getting paid for one child. It's like picking which child is the worst, which is not very nice. And they're all different in all different ways. So I would like to have more choice in that matter.
Okay, so thinking about the changes in the last 12 months, I think there's been clearly a lot of changes within Northumberland with the SEND reforms, with the new Children and Families Act. But there isn't a lot of clarity about when things are going to happen. Some of the things that are advertised on the website, on the local offer, are actually inaccurate. As in timescales where they say they're going to do things and they're not actually keeping to timescales. When you query it, you're told they are, but actually you know that it's not happening like that. I'm probably worried about things like the individual budgets, because if we talk about an individual budget, I would want to know what that budget was before I decided whether or not I wanted to buy into an individual budget. I know that they could set a budget this year and then next year they could slash that budget in half, perhaps without even informing me. I'm more interested in the services that my child needs and making sure that he gets the services he needs rather than looking at budgets. In fact, I'm quite famous for saying I'm not interested in the budget. I simply want my child to have the services they need.
Okay, I'm Claire Hedden. I am the social work support assistant for the disabled children's team, and we cover the whole of Northumberland, providing care for children with moderate to severe learning disability and or physical disabilities, providing services to support families and children meeting their social care needs. I love coming to events like this. It gives me a chance to meet other carers and other professionals and find out different people's views about different subjects. So I've really enjoyed today. It's been very informative. So that's me.
Hi Ryan, my name's Frank. I'm 29. I'm from the Splinter Group. I chair the group. I'm here today at Alnwick Garden explaining what Splinter Group and Waffling On has done. I came late, I'm afraid to say, but never mind. But I've enjoyed listening about centre planning and telling people about the quiz that we do and telling people about our website. The website is wafflingon.uk, and it has a quiz on it, a 60-second challenge on it, and it tells people about different SPLDs.
It's been interesting today talking at the In It Together conference about person-centred planning, person-centred thinking, person-centred approaches. It's important that people think in a person-centred way about themselves, the people that they care for, the people that they actually work with, and it's vital that the way in which we communicate with people, whether they are able to communicate with ourselves as in a verbal format, or whether it's actually through pictures, graphics, etc., then it's vital to have these opportunities to learn how to do this sort of thing. I think the conference today has been valuable for not necessarily for the present time for some of the parents and carers that have been, but for the future. And some of the feedback that I've actually gained from there is it's handy to know that there's people out there doing things like person-centred planning, person-centred approaches. And if families can take away a little bit about learning how to think in a person-centred way, then that is the most vital part of today for me. And I think that's really it. And I've just completely waffled.